Imagine you're sitting at a nondescript gas station in Narvik, Norway. A small town that is far from sleepy. Being an ice-free port to the Atlantic, it has seen activity since mankind first figured out how to sail. This side of Norway has seen everything from Vikings to German, take everything from treasures to iron ore through here. But what do we have? 14 tons of lamb stomachs. Who pays for that? What are they gonna do with it when they get there? Part of me wants to demand, no, force someone for answers, like Kiefer Sutherland's character Jack Bauer, making a suspect tell him where the goddamn bomb is. And a part of me just don't want to know. What I do know is we're taking it to Jyväskylä, Finland. That might explain things, as the Finns always were a bit different. At least Jyväskylä is below the Arctic Circle. The sun won't rise here in Narvik again until January 7th. That's 3 weeks from now. Can you imagine 3 more weeks of this relentless darkness? And the darkness is really getting to me. I need something. Anything. I'm almost at a point now where I put these Bosch headlights on full blast and just stare into them. It's so dark. I need to focus. I need to focus on the road, on the job. I need to focus less on my desire and more on getting the next kilometer under these tires. I need to focus less on the darkness and lamb stock buyers and more on the next chapter in these truck sim diaries. And in this video series, I record my Euro Truck Simulator 2 gameplay, and I use it as a backdrop for my unscripted thoughts on what's going on in my life and the world around me. Sometimes I will have a lot to say. Sometimes I will just comment on the gameplay, and sometimes I'll just be quiet. Either way, I'm glad you're here. So let's enjoy these northern lights for just a second longer, and then we'll hop in the truck. Have you ever seen the northern lights in real life? I have. And it was about this far up north. And you can never prepare for what it looks like in real life. It is something magical about it. And you can look at how many pictures you want and videos, but you'll never understand or at least I didn't, understand the complete experience of it, especially when you're standing right underneath it. The best place I saw it was when I was doing my military service, which was actually not too far away from where we are now. That was in Arvidsjaur in Sweden, and we're gonna deliver cargo to or from there soon enough. Anyway, I was posted out in the woods and just, I don't know, it was just daydreaming or night dreaming or fucking hallucinating, I don't know. But all of a sudden the sky just started moving in these green, blue, different shapes. It's really something. But yeah, we're not here to look at the northern lights. What we are going to look at is our status screen for cruising Nordic horizons. For Norway, we got Andenes, that was last time. We got Borlänge in Sweden, and we got Kokkola and Vasa in Finland. So 4 cities down. We are about to pick up cargo from Narvik, and we're going to take it to Jyväskylä, Finland. Pickup is not far from here.
Ready to roll.
Let's go. Alright, let's load this cargo. We're set.
Time to get the job done.
It's time to get the job done.
Turn left.
Let's take a look at what we're doing today. We're driving 923 kilometers. We got fuel for 1,000 kilometers more than that. And ETA is 15 hours. We need to rest in 13 hours and 15 minutes. So one time along the road, we're going to need to stop for a rest. We're taking lamb stomachs, 14 tons, from North Rail in Narvik to Suprema in Jyväskylä.
Exit now.
And for once this month, we have clear skies. It didn't clear up until this afternoon for me, and I almost wanted to cry. I got to see the... Well, I didn't get to see the sun. I almost saw the sun. But I saw something that looked like our sunset at, I don't know, 20 minutes to 3 or whatever. But I could see some blue sky, some pink sky. I was reminded of how dark it's really been for this long. It's crazy. So we're celebrating that with some clear skies in the game today.
Keep right.
And when I saw the northern lights displaying above my head when I was just a young soldier in the army, I felt it was like this magical moment.
Keep right.
Everyone else was asleep. I was just posted outside. And it was as if there was a river of light above my head. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It is finicky though, because there's no way to be guaranteed. You don't know. I mean, you can look at forecasts to like increase your chances, but you just never know. And that's one of it's so elusive. It's the word I'm looking for. Because if it doesn't feel like showing, it just won't show. You know?
Exit now.
And I know there's this whole tourist industry, like Northern Lights tourism. But man, I'm so happy I got to see that one time. I mean, I've seen it not like this. I don't think I've ever seen them. You know, this is like the postcard version of the Northern Lights. I don't think I've ever seen them like this. I've seen small, like, most of the time you only see like small shades of it. You're not really sure if it's the Northern Lights or if it's like the neighboring city that's illuminating some clouds or whatever. Except for that one time when it was like the whole, like, the giant show. That was very beautiful. And I've never seen it like that since. But then again, I haven't been spending much time in the woods in the Arctic. Not much in my life either, so there's that. So I think I'm to blame for that.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
And I just got a couple days work left. And then it's Christmas leave. I'm gonna be off for 2 weeks. And I have been looking forward to that. Like, guys, I think I'm exhausted. Like, I am so tired. I don't know. This tiredness hasn't really been creeping up on me. But you know, it's that classic when you get closer to having some time off, your body's like, all right, let's go. And then just fucking, I'm beat. I'm so fucking tired. Every workout feels like climbing up a mountain, not in a good way, but like, I don't want to get up in the mornings. Just, I really need some time off. And I think it's gonna do me really good. But on the topic of workouts, even though they have been feeling, I haven't really felt like it, I still do it. It's just like getting up in the morning or I don't know. I guess it's just everything in life that you need to do that you can't, like, for me, working out is not something I do for fun. I mean, it's quite enjoyable. I've been enjoying it a lot more lately, like this past 6 months than I ever have, because I brought some more structure onto it. Like, I'm doing it a lot more, you know. I built a gym for myself. I'm doing it with a lot more purpose. And I read up on how to do it right.
Please mind the speed.
But still, it's that's rough. But I made a new plan. So now I split my workouts after the push-pull principle. So Mondays, I used to work out 5 days a week and just kind of did exercises that felt right to group together, but that wasn't really, I don't know, it wasn't really a good plan. It wasn't really a plan.
Go straight on.
But now I got the push-pull split, and I do workouts on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So now I only do 4 days a week. And I have decided to eat a little bit more and see if I can gain some more muscle mass. So I look forward to that. But yeah, it's gonna be nice to have one more day that I don't go to the gym. Because honestly, 5 days a week is a bit much. Even for me. And it's like, it's like getting up in the morning and going to the gym. Like, I don't know if it's a discipline thing or I think that sounds like, I don't know. I guess I just convinced myself that it's something that I have, like, it's not an option on whether I want to or not. It's just, it's what's gonna happen. It's the only way that works for me. Oh, shit, that was not the best place to pass. I wonder what kind of fuel efficiency numbers I'm gonna get here. It's a very hilly area. And like looking at this dry ground, I haven't seen dry ground in 2 months. I guess this, I mean, forget the northern lights. Look at this asphalt, it's dry. Like we didn't have rain we had clear skies this afternoon. But we had rain by noon, so and it's like it's been constantly been wet, and every like lawn has turned into just World War I style mud. I don't know. It's just a disaster. The trains that run up here this far north in Sweden, that train, it's going from the mine in Kiruna to be shipped out of Narvik. And we are probably, like, next year, we're gonna keep driving. I mean, we're doing our version of the Cruising Nordic Horizons event now, but when that's done, it's not like we're gonna leave northern Sweden. We're gonna do contracts up here. And I look forward to that so much. Just watching the seasons, come and go. There's so much to discover, especially when we get daylight. We're coming up on winter solstice. It's just a couple days from now. Hopefully I can record and celebrate winter solstice. That is when it's the darkest night. And that might sound a little depressing, but after winter solstice, it starts to get lighter. So it's December 21st. So we're eagerly looking forward to that. It's just going to be by a couple seconds every day in the beginning, but then, come spring, it's going to be multiple minutes every day. It's like someone is stepping on you with a boot. And then when spring comes, it's like they're lifting the boot, and it's so good. I've had some drama. The more drama, more family drama. No, this is not family drama. This is kids drama. So, my daughter is this very both my kid, well, my entire family are these very emotional beings. I'm a very emotional being. My wife is a very emotional being. So, of course, when we get kids, we get two very emotional beings. And my daughter is very vocal about it. So, what happened was, me and my wife, do you remember when me and my wife were on this date in Stockholm? We spent the night at a hotel, did some adventurous stuff. Well, anyway, we visited some store that's it's probably all over the world. It's called Kawaii. Kawaii. It's like Japanese themed kind of what's the little cat called? The Hello Kitty. It's that kind of stuff, like cute little trinkets. Just nothing, nothing substantial, but very important for the people who are into that kind of stuff. And my daughter is very much into that kind of stuff. So me and my wife, we visited that store because we knew that they're both my kids. Well, both my kids are into that stuff, so we got them like this little keychain, or sorry, the little keyring hanger thing of some cute little, I don't know. We didn't put much thought into the thing. My wife had to go into the store like when we were there, there were so many people in there, so many little kids, that my wife got she got all burnt out by just trying to find stuff there. And she came out one time and she was like, oh, fuck, I couldn't find anything I couldn't really find anything. And I was like, because I was waiting outside because I was fucking overstimulated. So I'm like, peace out, just not doing it. So,
Caution, please watch the speed limit. Caution, please mind the speed limit.
Like, what's that voice? It's the speed limit. So anyway, she went in a third time, and she was like, "Oh, finally!" She was like, "I don't know what to get, and I'm gonna just get something, anything. Like, it doesn't really matter. Don't put too much effort into it." So we didn't really put too much effort into these little things.
Get ready.
Just these little cute little hanger, glittery little things, Well,
Turn right.
my daughter, she will apply, a heavy sentimental value to just about anything. And she very much did that to that thing, and she put it on her backpack and took it to school. And she's been wearing it on her backpack ever since then, so multiple weeks, if not months. Anyway, her luck ran out and someone stole it from her because they were during class, after school, they leave their backpacks just out in the hallway, which means that, a raven that sees something glittery might just not be able to control him or herself and steals it. And that's what happened. She was fucking devastated. She was crying unproportionally much about that thing. And she's blaming herself, telling me she felt like she did something wrong by not keeping track of that thing because I gave it to her. How it's cute, but it's also a little sad because I'm the same way. My father gave me this. I can't just get another one because it's fucking irreplaceable. But you can't go around having irreplaceable things that you can't live without, because then the things is gonna, literally gonna end up owning you. Like that old saying, just, yeah, she had a very rough time about that, and you know, I was trying to talk to her with like, you know, like the adult that I am.
Turn left.
How like nothing lasts forever, and like we can appreciate that, and but also be prepared for it, you know, like all the things that we have are gonna wear out, get lost, break, get stolen, whatever, you know, nothing lasts forever, and that's good. That's, you know, we can appreciate that, you know, that whole conversation. And she was like reluctantly nodding her head when I was telling her this. She wasn't really buying it, because, well, of course, she, you know, she's thinking about her thing. And I always have to get into this, you know, but before I go on, what happened was the kid who took it was younger than her, about 2 or something years younger than her. He is the perpetrator here. He's in my son's class, so. Anyway, he probably, you know, he couldn't resist taking it, and then he came home and probably had the remorse, you know, like, and as the adult, I have to be all like, you know, it's good that he brought it back and that he's sorry, because, and well, he didn't really say he was sorry. He said he found it outside his house, which is like, the little shit is obviously lying, because he lives outside of the village by car, so no one he was the only one who lives there. So if he didn't take it, who did? His fucking father? Well, you know, maybe his father did. It's raising a little, because here we come to the crux of the whole situation. I fucking like, I don't like kids very much, if I'm going to be completely honest. I like my kids, you know, but kids in general, no. I'd rather not, you know. That's why I hide when they knock on the door for trick or treat. Like, I can't be bothered with other kids, and I find it so hard when some kid is mean to my kid, because I'm like, I struggle so hard with being an adult who like needs to teach my kids to, you know, not get angry and forgive, when deep down inside I don't feel that at all. I just want to fucking toss the little piece of shit, you know. Obviously I can't do that, and I need to be nice to the other kids' parents if there's, you know, it's really difficult, because I don't want to be nice, because when little shits are mean to my precious little angels, I get upset. It's fucking stupid, but it's one of my fights that I keep fighting. Hashtag cozy autumn drive. So that was it for nice weather for this day, I guess. And this reflects real life because tomorrow it's gonna start raining again, if it hasn't already. And just, there's nothing you can do about it, so you might as well enjoy it. But those clear skies that we saw, they felt so good.
Get ready. Turn left.
And I got pulled into a,
Turn left.
little rabbit hole of sorts, because one of my videos that I uploaded got a little bit more views than what I normally get, and I always get a little nervous when that happens. Sometimes I will, like, I'm normally around 20 views or something like that, and that's I think that's my sweet spot, if I'm gonna be honest, because if I get a lot of attention I get a little nervous. And then I get, like,
Go straight.
you know, I get into the mode of how to get the number to go up. And then I start looking into how I can get the number to go up. But I keep coming back to that I'm not ready to do the things that I would need to do to get, you know, more popular on YouTube. It is not something I crave, because what I want is what I have here. A place where I can talk freely, relaxed, and not think of any, like, not think about,
Get ready to turn right.
you know, adjusting what I do to fit someone else. Because what all those, like, guides on how to get more popular, what all of them end up doing is just, it would mean I would need to change the format. And I don't want to do that at all. I want to keep this just the way it is,
Go straight on.
because I don't want to change. Like, I don't want to make shorter videos. I don't want to make, you know, more spectacular content that more people would enjoy. I talked about this earlier, that I tried making shorts and, like, Instagram type of posts to see if I could reach more people, because I still want to reach more people, but I want to reach people that look for this, you know? Because I'm basically making content that I myself wish I had more of. But I am at a, like, I am at a little bit of a, I got a little bit of a special, you know, well, maybe not that special situation. The thing is that I really like super long form, like ultra long format videos, hours upon hours. I really enjoy that because you get this kind of bond with the person who's making it. And you go through these things together. And one of the big thing is that I have all this time to listen, because when I work, I got these, these Peltor headsets, like hearing protectors that have Bluetooth in them, so I can listen. I got 8 hours a day where I can listen to something. And this is what I'm doing here is basically the whole reason I do this is because I was looking like 15 years ago or so. I think it might even have been the Euro Truck Simulator 1. There was this guy who was doing exactly what I'm doing now, just driving and talking about whatever came into his head, and I fucking loved it. That's still considered, for me, I still consider it the best content that I've ever found, and I can't for the life of me remember his name. It's not Squirrel, which people think who is I'm talking about. It is not. This guy was small time. But it's like this cozy company, you know? Just this relaxing presence that, and then I don't know if I'm a relaxing presence or not. Like I sometimes I can get a little heated, but that's the reason why I started doing this. And then doing this, I also found out that I don't have a place in my life where I can just talk let my thoughts, say all my thoughts out loud. So when I started doing it here, it's like this, it's this fantastic experience, because sometimes you have I have a thought in my head that's like, it's not, the thought has not crystallized. It's like this vague form, but then when you say it out loud, you can kind of try and look at that thought and see what it's like when it comes out. And then you can kind of let it go a little bit. They say that journaling is really important for your mental health. So if you feel that you struggle in some way or the other, one of the things that you can try is journal. And I feel that, like, when I started doing this, I was like, man, I was so happy because, one, it's really fun to do this, and two, it really feels really good. And also, hopefully, I can be this voice for someone who just needs a voice. And it could be one of you listening now. And it could be someone 5 years from now that finds this huge backlog. And that's why I do this, not to just make number go up. Because it's easy to get, pulled in, of course, like with anything. And you start looking at, you get the little dopamine hit of, someone watched it. And like when I have just a handful of viewers, I have this. I don't look at the stats very often because I don't. It's not for me to just look at stats. It doesn't do me any good. But when I do, I can see that when I get few viewers, they watch for a long time. But when I get hundreds of viewers, it's just a couple minutes. And that doesn't give me anything. That's not, you know, that's not my target audience. Same thing with the shorts that I tried. Sure, I attracted, like, I got thousands of views on that stuff. I think they're still available here on YouTube if you want to see what I'm talking about, but it's nothing spectacular. It's just these short Instagram reel type of clips with this stuff. Just some quotes from me and some external shots of the truck and some traffic lights. And though the videos were, I mean, they're good, and I got thousands of views on that stuff. That's not, you know, that's not for me. That's not, you know. That's not my format. It doesn't make me happy. Passing into Finland soon, or we have already. Oh, we're about to. Or have we already?
Exit now.
No. We're about to, though. Or have we? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Alright, let's take a look at some questions. First one is from the subreddit Ask Men Advice. Question is, do you care if your partner tracks your location? And no, I don't. me and my wife, we both share the same phone operating system, and we can add each other. So at any time, I can see where she is, and where at any time she can see where I am. And this has been nothing but useful for us. First, of course, it's a safety thing, because I can always find her if she can't tell me where she is. And it's just easier for me. She can just, even without the security in mind, you know, she can always just a lot of day-to-day stuff gets a lot easier when it comes to your location, because she never has to tell me where she is. She's like, pick me up, and I can just, you know, GPS myself to her position, and I can tell her when I'm going to be. Like, I have never felt that my integrity in some way got. I understand what they're kind of going for, and sometimes when this has come up, people have reacted and be like, oh, so the government knows where you are, and all, you know, that kind of tire old. I don't see it that way. It's just obviously only beneficial for me, for my wife, to know where she is, because also, fuck man, if something happens to me, she can just find me. She's my fucking lifeline. Of course I want her to know where I am at all times. The same with my kids, and that's gonna be like, it's just a non-issue. Of course I'm not gonna, like, neither of us would ever misuse it in any way, and I can't even, honestly, I can't even think of how you would go about misusing something like that. Keep thinking we should have slept at the last place we just passed, but hopefully there will be some other place, but we need to sleep in 2 hours and 30 minutes. So anyway, sorry. What would I do? Spy on her? Whenever she's doing something, I want her to do the thing. Like, I don't get it. I just don't feel the thing that there are a lot of people who react negatively for something like that feel. So I guess at the end of the day, we are just too different, I suppose. And the same goes with my kids. Like, I'm not gonna spy on them either. But you know, whenever they have these phone GPS watches now, so I can always see where they are, and I can always call them. And usually I call them and ask them where they are instead of just looking. But that's because the watch is a little slower to give me its GPS position. But like misusing it, that would be, I mean, being able to see where they are and for them to see where I am is not an integrity problem for me. And of course, if I were to misuse it, it would be, but I don't. Like, there's no downsides to seeing where you are. Yeah, I know maybe the kids will want to go away and, you know, sneak away and do secret stuff without me knowing where they are. And they can do that, but then they won't have a phone for the rest of their life. I'm kidding. All right, next question. How do you cope with all the bad that's going on in the world right now? And yeah, how do you cope with something like that? It's first time because this question really resonates with me because I got to a point where it was all too much. Shit, we need to sleep. We should pull over. Yeah, we need to pull over because I don't know. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Where are we going? Sorry about this. Let's go right here because there's a fuel station and stuff over there. So, how do we cope with all the bad stuff that's going on in the world? I was born in 1983. So I am I'm a millennial. And bad things have always, it's a part of my generation's main identity. This is like this crisis generation. Because by the time we came into adulthood, fucking terrorists drove 2 aircraft into World Trade Center, and the fucking war on terror and terrorism got into, like, it became a thing. And ever since then, it's just been going from bad to worse. And I guess it all accumulated with, you know, COVID. And then after COVID, fucking Russia invades the Ukraine. Just as COVID was, like, quote unquote over. And I was like, can we get a break? Like, really? It's just so many crises now that there's no room for any more crises. You know what I mean?
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Alright, we should be able to rest here to the left. Looks like a nice resting place, don't you think?
Turn right.
Alright. Let's get some of that precious rest. We slept the night away, and it's still night. It is 2:30 in the morning.
Time to hit the road.
And it's time to hit the road. We got 16 minutes of real world driving left to go, and then we're gonna be at Jyväskylä. And I'm gonna try to get back on topic here. So, I live my life, and there's crises after crisis after crisis that I need to pay attention to. And there's more crises, and there's more, like, they invent this constant news flash. What do you call it? I don't even remember the name of it, but you know what I mean. That it's like breaking news. That's the word I'm looking for. There's constantly, like, ever since I was 25 years old, even before that, ever since I was 20 years old, there's been this constant little line of text at the bottom of every screen that's like, this is the horrible thing that's happening right now. News flashes and just push notifications and fucking... And after a while, I'm like, hold on. And like during COVID, I started looking at the news in the morning only, because I got this point where I'm like, I got this sense of like, it can't be this bad. Like, if they're saying that the world is burning, how come it's not?
Keep right, and then turn
I'm not saying,
right.
stick your head in the sand or anything, but like, if you pay attention to the news in the way that the news wants you to pay attention to it, you're gonna think that, everyone is out to get you, and it's fear-mongering, and that is not a new term. It's just that everyone thinks that they are not being fear-mongered, even me. And then I started looking at the news, just like, I look at the news before I step out of the door, because like, I need to know, during COVID, it could be like from one day to the other, there was something new that you weren't allowed to do. Like, if there was a lockdown, if there, something practical. So I was like, I'm gonna look at the news before I step out of the door to know if there's, if there's anything I need to know going out of the door. Is something going to be different? Do I need to wear a mask? Do I need to bring a weapon? Like, what do I need to be prepared for here? What are we talking about? And then, it really took its most horrific form, after COVID, with everything that's been on the news ever since. And more I have been just straying away from it, because it is just making me sad. So I guess, how do you deal with it? You gotta limit your exposure to the news. I'm not saying stop looking, because even though I pretty much stopped looking, I'm not saying that that's what everyone should do. I want everyone else to look at the news, because then they can tell me if there's something that I really need to know. No, I'm kidding. But you need to limit your exposure to you need to limit your exposure to this. It's fucking crazy. It's like it's out of hand. But you also need to be a little bit prepared. And at what level do you prepare yourself? I can't tell you. That's up to you. Make sure you can make it a couple days in your home. Make sure you got supplies to board up the windows, or a room, or whatever. If it gets cold or loud, make sure you got food for a couple days. Something like that. Make sure you have a plan, if everything goes to shit. Some idea of what you're gonna do, so that you're not trying to think of that in the moment, even though that, because if you make too good of a plan, you're guaranteed that it's not gonna work, because it's a complex plan has too many parts. It's too many things can go wrong. And, watch as little news as possible. And I can't guarantee you, but I'm willing to bet you that it's going to feel a lot better. Because there's a lot of smoke. For not that many fires. And the second part of this is that there's enough bad things in this world that you can focus only on bad things. For the rest of your life, and only, focus on the preposterous, and be shocked, and be angry. And there's also an equal amount of good things and positive things. that you won't focus on if you focus on the bad things. You can kind of choose if you want to focus on the good things or the bad things. And I suggest focus on the good things, of course. Next question. This is a question I don't really have full authority on, I think. I'm not really a master of the subject. The question is from the subreddit No Stupid Questions. And the question is, how do you order wine on a date without feeling clueless? And the poster, he goes into a little bit more detail, or she. How this person doesn't drink wine now, but kind of wants to learn. However, going on a date, this person wants to appear like this person knows what this person is talking about. And be like, oh yes, let's take a look at the wine menu. And it's like, I can't answer how you order wine on a date without feeling clueless. But what I would tell you to do is own the cluelessness. Like, there's no winner in a game where you try to be someone you're not. And you're going on a date to maybe, get into a relationship. And I can almost promise you that the person you're going on a date with that you might get into a relationship with will want to see you own your insecurities rather, or I should say like this, that person will be more impressed and more likely to fall in love with you if you own your insecurities than if you look like you know your ways around a wine menu, because that doesn't matter. no one cares about that. We go back to the Lord of the Rings. We go back to the Lord of the Rings questions a bit here, I feel. And that question was, how long into a date until I show her my Lord of the Rings DVDs? And I think that you should show her your Lord of the Rings DVDs first time you see her. Like, own every part of yourself, all your skills and everything that you are insecure about, all your quirks, all your passions, all your insecurities, all your everything that makes you you. You know, just own it and be like, because, well, at least if I were on a date and the person that I was on a date with was like, hey, I don't know shit about wine. You know anything about wine? And I'd be like, no, I don't. And that person was like, I want to kind of learn how to drink wine, like a wine, connoisseur. Do you want to learn with me? And I'd be like, let's get married first, but then we can go, I don't know, is that just me? Doesn't that sound like, isn't that what you want? Like, someone who's like, I don't know how to do this. Do you want to do it together? Because there's also this aspect that if you're on a date with, or in a situation with someone, and you both doing something that you are very insecure about how to do, that you're a little afraid of, something scary, something uncomfortable, something out of your comfort zone. If you both do something that's out of both of your comfort zones, you are more likely to fall in love, statistically, like proven. I've talked about this before, and Sandra Bullock talks about this in the movie Speed. But this is the thing, like, if you want someone to fall in love with you, do something scary together. And learning new things is a little scary, it's a little exciting, because then you will bond in that insecure situation, and there will be more feelings, and there will be a higher chance of those being feelings of love. So, you don't order wine without feeling clueless, because that's fucking boring. Be clueless, bro. Damn kids. We got about 5 minutes left until we're there. So I'm gonna do a quick question that caught my attention. If I can find it. This is from the subreddit No Stupid Questions. And the question is, when you have a repairman come by, do you watch? No, I don't watch. I am a repairman, and one of the worst things in the world is when the person that you're working at wants to sit and watch. I can tell you, one of the creepiest things I've ever done for work was at this place. It wasn't in someone's home, but the guy who was like, I don't know, in charge for the day, I was gonna troubleshoot some light fixtures, and he sat there with his chair like just 2 meters from me, and he was like, I really enjoy watching people work. It was fucking weird. Like, this guy was, autism is a spectrum. I have some shades and he had some shades. Let's just call it that. Because, wow, I felt, just no, wrong. And sometimes, when I'm in people's houses, they want to make sure that I'm, doing a good job, except that they don't know what the fuck I'm doing, because that's why they called me, and I just want to work, and I won't work, it won't be as good if you're on my shoulder, looking over my shoulder, for whatever reasons you're looking over my shoulder, I get that they're interested or that they're protective about their thing, but like if you're that protective, don't call me. And if you're you're interested, but you gotta their homes become my workplace, and they gotta you gotta respect that. You gotta respect the process, and the work. You gotta respect other people's workplaces. That goes for if you're ordering food or dropping your car off at a mechanic or whatever, because you got to give the person who's working for you the mental space to relax. They might not need it. I'm not saying that I always need it, but I very much appreciate the ability to choose if I want to initiate a conversation or not. A lot of times I don't, but sometimes I do, Sometimes people are like, all right, they're very nice and I enjoy the conversation. And they're like, all right, I'm going to leave you. I love this when people say I'm going to leave you to do your job. It's just basic human decency. It's just, I think that in a dictionary, that would be the illustration next to the word respect, because they're they respect my space. That's all the respect is, just respect people's space. And because then I'm from the other room, so how long have you lived here? And they're like, all right, let's go. Because then I got to, I had the chance to be inside my own head alone, and I chose not to take it.
Turn right.
And I can see that one of my questions here is regarding COVID, but I don't have time to answer that now. I'm going to save that one for later, because that's related to this. And people who are extremely interested in what I do for a living. So I'm an electrician, so I go into people's houses and businesses and help them fix things and fix what's broken. Remove what's old and install what's new. And our laws cover electrical work like in most countries, so I am allowed to do it where just anyone is not. So I get to meet all kinds of people when I'm in people's houses. And sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not. But for the most part, I honestly just want to do my job. And it's going to take a lot longer if there's going to be talking involved. And that can actually be sometimes people are nice. For the most people are nice, They're people. And they want to be nice to me because people are nice, and they want to give me, offer me some coffee or whatever, but usually I will decline any kind of coffee and stuff. because it's their time. They're paying for me.
It was a nice ride.
That's it. All right. So we got Narvik checked off and Jyväskylä checked off. We started in Narvik and ended it in Jyväskylä. So we're kind of in a good place. We can, for the next run, we can go both to Kuopio, Mikkeli, Lappeenranta, and Joensuu to pick up any cargo. And then, well, you know, I have got no control over what jobs are available. I can tell you this: before we set off in Narvik, there was only this one job, was the only one available, and after I'd taken it, there were no more. So you know how I was afraid that there weren't going to be any available jobs? Well, you know, that's very much a possibility. So next time we'll kind of see what we'll get ourselves into. All right, stats for the job: 932 kilometers, 31.8 liters per 100. Not very good considering we were only carrying 14 tons, but it was mountainous area, so I'll give myself a pass for that one. 1 hour and 13 minutes, no damage. From North Rail Narvik to Suprema in Jyväskylä. 14 tons of lamb stomachs, planned 922 and real was 932. So lately we've been keeping these two pretty close to each other, and that's nice. We got tollgate. Income was 23,128. That's a lot of credits for lamb stomachs, but you know, like I said, Finnish people. Am I right? Taxes was 3,469. Other costs was 23 credits. That was the toll gates. It was pretty cheap. Fuel cost was 509. Revenue was 19,126. So pretty nice for lamb stomachs. Probably filled with cocaine. Delivery rating 3.5 out of 5. That's not a lot. Damage 5 out of 5. Distance, well, yeah, distance 3 out of 5 because what? We're almost 1,000 kilometers. What more do you need? Anyway, fines were 5 out of 5. Fuel economy was 5 out of 5. Mass was, of course, 1 star out of 5 because, well, 14 tons is not a lot. I think maybe distance is because we were below 1,000. I need to look into this. Doesn't matter, but, you know, stars are nice. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time with this. I really appreciate it. And remember to take care of yourselves. You are important, and you need to last for a long time. Bye.